All right, let's get with Nate Yiski. But we are back. We are definitely back.
Checking 1, 2, SD. Is that you, man?
That's me.
What's going on?
Oh, it's wonderful. Did you see all the healing I was doing? And then all of a sudden, it's just like the spirits are like, okay, we're going to drop that. We're not going to let the world see that. That's gone. Bye.
But seriously, man, obviously you were in the moment of it. I was reading just the comments of just people were going, oh my gosh, I'm learning so much. It was like being transferred in a really cool way, man. So incredible. Incredible.
How are you, brother?
Yo, I'm all right. I mean, stuff's crazy a little bit right now. We're on a path, that's for certain. But yeah, I'm obviously just been excited to talk with you, man. For real, it's been yeah. I'll stop there. I'll keep blah 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 after that. But yeah.
No, talk to me. Tell me what you want. How can I best support you right now?
Gosh, you know what? Low key, I was pastor for 13 years and burnt out. A lot of hard stuff came through that, and let's just say. Synchronicities keep happening.
Okay, you know that you have to understand though that your lessons are wrapped around the idea around being betrayed and let down by other people.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of your stuff is from other lifetimes where you put yourself like ideas, creativity, everything, and then certain people come in, talk a really good talk, and then it all ends up just going like from here, you're climbing up and then this missile hits you and you fall back down. And so it's really about shifting out of that. Can I just send you the person in your life in this lifetime when you were young that demonstrated that energy for you?
Yeah, please.
Can I have access to your physical, emotional, and mental and spiritual body?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, I'm going to send you the file. Tell me when you see the face of this person, hear their name, and feel the energy. And I'm going to send it back to you because you have a judgment about being honest about your feelings about things. You don't want to be angry and upset. So what you do is you go,
bro, why you gotta say that in front of all? Anybody know what Enneagram 2 is? That's my thing, bro. Dog. All right. Okay.
Because like literally we sent you the file and then you opened it, you closed it and pushed it aside because you're like, no, I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to be that person. I'm not going to be upset about that. Like, I'm going to like, no, that can't be them. That's not it. Let me push it aside. And the interesting thing is when you did that, I asked Spirit, I go, is that what he does all the time? They're like, oh yeah. He doesn't say what he really wants to say. He tiptoes around things. We try to tell him to be honest and direct about things. And he's like, I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to do this. I don't want people to be mad at me. I don't want to deal with conflict. I don't want to.
That's true. It's true, man. I'm always worried about hurting somebody's feelings or some shit, or.
Yeah, but what it does is it makes it so that you're not fully in your power as a king.
Yeah, I feel that.
Right? So then universe can't bring the blessings in the way it wants to because they have to play this game of, oh, okay, is he really going to be straight up about all these things or is he going to just sugarcoat everything? And, it's kind of like taking a picture that's not so comfortable looking at and you go on it and paint over it and make it look all, flowery and everything. But the paint drips, the paint tears, and you see what's really underneath it.
I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, 100%. Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's not supporting you because what happens in relationships, you're going to choose codependency. When you get into any type of situation in business, you're going to see things. You're going to get red flags from the universe. Spirits are going to send you red flags. Your ancestors are going to send you red flags, and you're going to dismiss all those red flags and act like they're not even there because you don't want to do what you need to do, which is to say, no, I'm not doing this because I see the red flag and I got to say no before it gets out of hand. You just let it run its course and watch the ship. You know what it's like? You ever seen the movie The Titanic? You're like when they say, okay, there's going to be glaciers, and you know there's glaciers coming, but you just keep letting the ship go.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And then what ends up happening at the end is that everything gets worse because you could have nipped it in the bud, but you chose not to, so it gets worse.
Yeah. It's that's literally the card I keep getting with tarot for over and over, is the guy with the two wands in his hands, and he's looking at the waves in the ocean, and I just haven't been understanding. I've been trying to listen, like what is that trying to say to me right now? And so that's a part of it. Yeah.
Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tell me when you hear the voice in your head from the spirits about what you're capable of creating.
Yeah.
And what did they say to you?
You're a god.
That's right. I just want you to take that in and feel that emotion for a second. Just take that in. Right? Okay. And now what we're going to do is release your mother's energy out of your body. Right? It's releasing that energy of wanting to help people, wanting to take on their pain, wanting to do things to make their lives better. But at the same time, you're taking on the burden internally. And then that ends up hurting you and bringing you down. And so then you don't allow yourself to rise in the way that you can in your things that make you happy in life. So then you end up blocking opportunity, blocking prosperity, blocking these things because you're holding on to that. So do you give me permission to release the responsibility that you have taken on to be what you call a quote unquote good person?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Good. And tell me when you feel that releasing out of your body. Give me a second.
Yeah. And if anybody's wondering, it's not. It's just it's real. I know people have been like, "Is this real?" It's real. I'm not gonna lie about that. This is absolutely real.
Good. And tell me when you feel the emotion coming up.
Yeah. It just kind of went up really quick.
That's right. Very good. Give me a second. Okay. And tell me when you feel electrical shocks moving through your system and going through your spine.
Feels like it's trying to work up through kind of my stomach, but it keeps getting blocked right there.
Yeah.
Like right in the middle.
It's not blocked. Hold on. I found something. Give me a second. Tell me if I can release the energy. People are always going to let me down.
Yeah.
Okay. And tell me when you feel that releasing out of your stomach and the gas fumes coming up to your throat.
Yep. I'm trying to keep it down, but yeah.
Good. And tell me when it increases and becomes stronger. You don't have to keep wiping your eyes.
Okay.
If tears come out of your eyes, that's a gift to the gods.
Okay.
Good. And tell me when you feel more of it rising out of your stomach and coming out of your mouth. And tell me if you feel the energy of, I just want everyone to be happy. Why do people have to suffer so much around me?
Yeah.
Tell me when you feel that coming out of your stomach and out of your mouth and your breath increases.
Yeah, there it is.
And tell me if you can feel the sadness and the emotion coming out, and tell me if you can taste that taste in your mouth.
Yeah, I kind of feel like throwing up a little bit, but.
And tell me when it increases and becomes stronger. And the poisons and the metals and all those things you've been stuffing down in your stomach rises up.
Yeah, I feel it rising.
Good. And did you see that burp that came up?
Yeah, it's sitting there. I can feel it right now.
Good. And tell me when you feel the burp come all the way up and all the poisons come out of your mouth.
Yep, I just did.
Good. And tell me when your body starts to burp up more stuff from your stomach. You've been stuffing down in there since you were a little boy.
Yeah, feels really gross. Man.
It's okay. I'm here. I love you so much, and I'm so happy you're alive.
Thanks, bro.
And it's difficult for us men. We're told to stuff these emotions inside, to be strong. We're not taught how to emote and how to release these emotions. And so then we always feel like we're making the mistakes when we make choices and do bad things. But those bad things aren't bad. It's we think they're bad because we're getting reprimanded for them. Tell me when more of it comes out of your stomach and releases out of your mouth and throat even stronger, and your breath increases even more.
I can feel it all kind of building up right here, and it's like I have a hard time letting it out, but I know I feel the energy of that moving past though.
Oh, don't worry. You won't have a hard time letting it out. Ancient elders, Maori elders, I call to you of service. Thank you, Maoris. Yeah, thank you. That's right. Kind of you say. I need you to squeeze his stomach and squeeze the muscles in his body and release that poison out of his mouth and break through his throat. That's it, Maori elders. Squeeze him more. Good. And squeeze him more, Maori elders. Pull all of it out of him. That's it, Maori elders. Squeeze him.
It's at the top of my head. Oh, that's weird. It's like really intense at the top of my head for some reason.
That's okay. Good. Maori elders, squeeze him again. And then push up into his rib cage and release that poison out of his mouth through deep yawn, or swallow it through his throat, or cough it out of his system. Maori elders, clean him deeper.
Yep.
Good. And Maori elders, keep yawning it out of his mouth and pull that dark poison out of his stomach. Of every time he did not stand in his power, honor himself with self-love, and abandon himself for other people's need to like him, love him, and see him instead of him seeing him, embracing him, and being by his side, and release all the emotional pain out of his body. Thank you, Maori elders.
Wow.
Good. The Maori elders are cleaning you nice and good. Good. Maori elders, go ahead and clean him deeper.
Wow. Man, it's like surges of energy, man.
Good. And tell me when your body starts to cough it or burp it out of your system. When the Maori elders, when you feel them squeezing you more, tell me when you feel them squeezing your ribs and squeezing your body.
Yeah.
Good. Tell me when they squeeze harder.
Oh, right there.
Good. Tell me when they squeeze harder and break all that poison out of there.
Oh, man.
That's it. Tell me when they squeeze even harder and squeeze all the way up to your heart.
Yeah, right there. Ooh.
Good. Tell me when they squeeze even harder and more of it comes out of your mouth. That's it. And tell me when they squeeze even harder and your body starts to soul cry all of it out of your system.
That was already, and that's my version of soul cry. Especially when people are watching.
That's nice. Thank you for telling me that. Tell me when they squeeze harder and release more of the deep energies underneath your heart that you've been storing. Encasing of his heart. African elders, I need you to take a sacred blade and stick it in his chest and dig out that parasite that's been sitting there in his chest and pull it out of his mouth and throat. That's it. Now dig the knife in stronger into him and pull it out of his mouth, elders. Dig it again and hit him again with that knife, that sacred blade, and dig it out of his heart.
Oh. Wow.
That's it. Hit him again with the blade, African elder.
Yeah.
And dig it out of his heart.
Ooh.
That's it. Hit him again with the blade. Maori elder, squeeze him.
I'm trying not to throw up, bro. That's what it feels like. Ooh.
It's okay. If you throw up, you throw up. Better get it done with me now. You have me now.
Yeah.
Hit him again with the blade and dig underneath his heart. See that part right there? Hit him in that part right there. I've marked it on his heart, in his body. Now squeeze him, Maori elders, and keep squeezing him until it comes out of his mouth.
Ooh.
Don't cover your mouth. See what's coming out so I can identify the spirit.
Oh, wow, that's gross. Oh. Oh. Wow.
Good.
Wow. Yeah, man. Whew. Well, that was wild. Wow, I don't feel any anxiety in my chest anymore.
Well, no, you had a parasite that was creating the anxiety. That's because it was stuck in your heart.
Where do I read about parasites, bro? how do I learn about this?
I need to write a book on it. I had to stick to spirit hacking because I knew all this stuff was happening with the coronavirus. I needed to write that book first, but I'll be writing other books later.
Bro, I've been reading it, so man, wow. And Maori tribe, what's that about? Because that's been coming up for me.
The Maori tribe, they're from New Zealand.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know who they are, but I kept feeling like there's some connection there. Wow.
They asked me to come into your healing, so I decided to bring them in. I'm a spirit shaman, so in spirit shamanism, we have access to all tribes of the old world and the new world, and any world that ever existed, on any tribe that ever was on this planet. We have access to all of their elders.
Wow. Wow. Incredible. SD, what do I do from here, man? You know, to continue my growth and path and you know, cleansing those pieces. I mean, obviously the book is one, what else would you just recommend? Because I know this is my path. I know it's part of it. You know what I mean?
So let me have you listen to the spirits give you that answer. Give me a second. Tell me when you feel the expansion on the top of your head. I'm going to expand your halo for communication.
Yeah, it's wide open.
Good. And tell me when you can hear the spirits telling you what's the next step on your path.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
You see?
Yep.
Doesn't that feel so much better?
It does. It does, man. Yeah, expect a message from me.
I love you, brother.
Love you too, man. Thank you so much. Blessings, man. Blessings to you, for real. And hey, I just want to shout, if anybody else is watching this and you're like discrediting this shit, thinking it's not real, it's completely true. I don't lie about nothing, man. And that, I didn't fake any of that stuff. That was a real situation. I was scared of that happening. I knew that that's what needed to happen. That's what happened. And all I feel is love and peace, and I don't feel this anxiety. So for anybody who's wanting to hear that, SD, love you, man. And thank you for what you do in this world. And I'll be messaging you. Thanks so much. Love you, bro.
Love you too. All right, all right. Got some like 3 healings in tonight, bringing a lot of information to our tribe. Powerful, powerful, powerful energies. Excuse me. Let's I want to where is it? Where is she? I thought it was here. Okay, if I can find it. If I can find it. No, I was looking for it. Anyway, so everyone, I'm so happy to be able. Oh, look at that! My brother's online. I gotta put him on. Hold on. Where is he? Spiritual doctor, bro, come online. Can you request? Where are you? Trying to find you. Where are you at? Where are you at? Yes, it was so good. I love doing the healings on people. This is way too true, Earth. This is the way to true Earth. Yeah, but I need you to come on. I'm trying to get you on. Where are you? Go live. Oh, there. That's how I didn't know you could just click on people's names. How much easier is that? My goodness. I'm like, can you believe I'm like scrolling through to find you, bro? And literally all I had to do is click on your name.
Magic, the true energy of magic. And this is exactly what we need in this time, to get together, and all of us that are true healers, because there's a lot of people, you know it just as well as I do, a lot of people claiming the title, but when it comes to getting down and executing that divine energy, many fall short. This is a time to actually, those of us who claim and know that we have the divine gift, to give it out, to share it, to heal, to embrace, to teach, and come together collectively, because this is not a one-person deal. This is not a me deal. And this is the thing. We're dealing with a lot of people that are trying to just get the title and do a lot of me shit. And that's just not going to work. Spirit is not having it. The universe is not having it. The Orisha is not having it. The shamanic healers are not having it from the other side. They're just not having it. And this is one of the reasons, this is one of the reasons why we're dealing with this pandemic. Because it's time to restructure. It's time to cleanse out the shit. It's time to give people a wake-up call, because there's too many people walking around with titles that they don't deserve. There are too many people walking around with lies and, in denial, not handling their stuff, not taking care of the spirituality, not owning their ori. Ori, in Nigeria, in Yoruba, our ori is our crown, which to many, if we're going to talk a different language, then that would be, your crown chakra. That's our ori. And here in the ori, which is connected to the divine, which is the one closest to the divine creator, many of people are not acknowledging that divine power that already sits in our ori. So therefore, this denial of self, and also trying to just have the acceptance and the embracement of everyone else and the acknowledgement of everyone else and the love from everyone else when you're not giving it to yourself, it's what's causing this whole world to be turned upside down. Oshun and Yemaya are washing away all this is time for the whole world to see that it doesn't matter how much money you have in your bank, it doesn't matter how many businesses you own, it doesn't matter what kind of clothes you wear, it doesn't matter what kind of car you drive. This is the time where we have to say, oh shit, we are all in this together. Okay, oh shit, we better get the program. If not, we're gonna get pushed out of the program. And this is what's happening right now. This is exactly
this is a cleansing
right now.
This is a cleansing, and it's interesting because I just did a podcast about it, and I can't wait to bring you back onto Ancient Wisdom as well. But I was doing a podcast the other day, and I was talking to Spirit, and I was sitting, and I was just with Shango and Yamaya, and they were like, right now you need to really show people the magic, and you need to let people know that the ways that we've been living on Earth has not been in sync with the Earth. Yeah. We have been living in opposition of how we've been operating on the Earth. We have not acknowledged the animals, the natural kingdom. We have been giving love. We've been giving love in the places that it should not be given because it's a distraction.
Exactly. Well, people are giving love in places for something in return, and this is the thing. Love should be given freely. If you're giving love because you want something in return, that's not giving love. That's love in quote unquote inconvenience, for convenience purposes. And that doesn't work. And what I'm trying to teach people, which is the same thing you're doing and real healers are doing, there comes a point where it may not be fair, but there comes a point where when all divine energies, they get tired of the hypocrisy, they get tired of self-denying, because that's what I label it, where we are self-denying ourselves, that everyone, we're all hurting in some kind of way. But those of us that can actually take a couple of steps back and reevaluate our language, reevaluate our actions, reevaluate our thoughts, reevaluate what we're not bringing to the table enough of, this is a time for recalibration, and not do it at the surface level, and not do it just, we got to go down to the root. We got to go down to the surface. We got to go down to the foundation so that we can bring up things that have never served us, that has never served us a greater purpose. And that's what's happening right now. That's why I did a post the other day where, we can hang around with all the conspiracy theories that we want. And we can throw out there all these conspiracy theories that people are dancing with. At the end of the day, it doesn't change the fact that healers, we're downloading information where Spirit is saying everyone better get their damn act together, or it's going to be massive. It's going to be massive wipeout. We need to get back to the program. We need to get back to basics. This is about going back to basics. This is about acknowledging yourself. This is about, respecting elders. This is about, acknowledging your children, because there's a lot of children in the world that are being ignored, okay? And Oshun is not happening. Yemaya is not happening. Ori is not happening. Olofin, Olodum, Olodumare, the divine God, they're not having it, So this is why, the millennials and everyone in between that age range, we have to go back and say, hey, we came from somebody that came from somebody else that came from somebody else. We're not acknowledging elders enough, okay? And hey, we're dismissing children and not really prepping them to leave a true divine legacy for them. We're not leaving them a legacy because we're all worried about us, So therefore, this is where we are getting really pushed into the corner and say, Spirit is telling each and every one of us, reevaluate yourself. Yes. Reevaluate yourself. Reevaluate yourself, because we are all collectively people that know they're healers, people that don't even know they're healers, even though you and I know everybody is a healer. Everyone is a healer. It's just that not everyone have known how to acknowledge their divine gift, their divine power. Okay, so therefore, this is where Spirit is pushing you into the corner and say, reevaluate yourself. And what does reevaluating yourself mean? It means redefine yourself. It needs time to recalibrate the words that have been instilled in you and how you have been taught to think about yourself. That needs to be wiped out. Okay, this is about you learning and claiming yourself through a different name, okay, and not being stuck with what your mama called you or what your daddy called you or the lack of these people called you, people that were not present in your life called you. This is not about the people that you were bullied by in school called you. This is not about your significant other, how they brainwashing you into thinking that you were nothing, that you didn't have capacity, that you don't need to have a magic, that you didn't have power. This is about reevaluating and redefining yourself. Cleansing out the bullshit, bringing out true energy, and acknowledging your power. That's what's going on right now. This is what this coronavirus is doing. It didn't surprise you. It definitely didn't surprise me. If people, saw the live,
you and I talked about it. We talked about it years ago.
Yes, for sure. It's hell.
You and I were talking about this years ago.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And I know, and since we're both, so busy, sometimes we can't stay track of what we each other do. But I can put my hands on fire that you even spoke about it at the beginning of the year, because I know I did in my live at the beginning of the year that I do every year. I said, we're going to get hit and something big is going to happen. And big accidents where people that are way on top are going to go down. What happened with Kobe Bryant, sadly said, and many other people are suffering many things because we're all out of balance. And this is the thing, the Spirit is trying to bring us back into balance. And unfortunately, in the process of coming back into balance, a lot of people are going to be lost, sadly said. But more losses, there should not have to be more losses if we can stand in our truth, and that's what the problem is. Nothing more, it's nothing less. It's not that complicated. Thousands, millions of people are not standing in their truth, and they're not living in your truth. When you're not living in your truth, you can't download. When you can't download, you can't walk your true path. When you can't walk your true path, you're not being beneficial for you or anyone else around you. So therefore,
exactly. And that's the whole thing that I always tell people, is that people are always trying to do what other people want them to do or follow along the herd. And the thing is, when you do that, you are doing a disadvantage to everyone on the planet, to every species on the planet, because you were born to be you. There is no one like you. You cannot be representative of someone else. And that consciousness of that reality, people have to step into, because the whole idea and format that people have been following, which is, if I do what people want me to do, they're going to love me. Well, you know what? It's not about that anymore, because the idea of that is obsolete. As I was saying to a friend of mine the other day, I said, isn't it interesting how all these big companies and these corporations that have been just constantly taking advantage of people and their resources and the economic status on Earth, all their companies are going down because they are not in alignment to God's will for us on this planet, for us to all have sustenance, and for all of us to be able to have grace and prosperity and abundance. Because that is, God gave us fresh water, air, gave us nature, gave us our bodies, gave us free will. Spirit gave us these things. And what do we do with it?
Which is free for everyone.
Free.
This may sound,
free.
What I'm about to say is not going to weird you out, because
Wait, brother, you got to write how people can get in touch with you so I can pin it. I gotta pin that. I gotta pin it.
That's Spiritual Dr. Afi, right there. That's Spiritual Dr. Afi.
There we go.
What I'm about to say is not going to surprise you, because we belong to the same frequency. But a lot of people, might be a little, weird out. But this is also about surrendering control.
Yes.
Surrendering control. What do I mean by this? I mean that we live in a society where everything is just so much of a control hunger, right? So based on what you just said, Spirit just gave to me the fact that, look at how people up the chain and people in control and power hungry people, and all these people that are the elite want to keep the ones that really hold the magic in the dark. So what happens? Pharmaceuticals, for example, they don't want to bless and they don't want to bring out to the light how truly divinely blessed the indigenous people are, but then yet they'll send their people in there to try to acquire knowledge to bring back out to put into the pharmaceuticals, which they never give us the truth anyway. So spirit, the universe, God, Olofin, Olorun, Allah, Jehovah, whoever you want to call it, divine is divine, is saying, you know what? We're tired of you. I said this the other day in another post that I did. I'm tired of you oppressing people and keeping people oppressed. I'm tired of you keeping people in the dark. I'm tired of you not validating people's true innate power. I'm tired of you, keeping women in the dark and not, there's so many women that if let me tell you something, and this is how I feel in the core of my heart. If women were to know the immense amount of power that they hold, okay, that they hold in their body, that they hold in their womb, even it doesn't even matter if you birthed a child or not. This is something that was God given to you. But we live in a society where men, and there's another subject, because we got to also understand that men have been trained to be the way they are too. So this is about men allowing themselves and opening up their Ori and their heart chakra to allow themselves to be reprogrammed the right way. Okay. So therefore, women can retake their power that was always there anyway. It was always theirs. It's not about It's not about
exactly.
You know that I try to always be very specific with my words. It's not about giving it to them. It was always theirs to begin with.
Always.
Okay? It's just a matter of allowing women to reclaim what it was already theirs. Okay. And I believe, based in my Orisha tradition, every year, that we have two governing Orishas that govern throughout the year. Coincidentally, this year, the governing Orishas, of this year is Oshun and Obatala, Cuba. And it's interesting that we're going through all this chaos when these two powerful Orishas are governing, right? Orisha fertility, Orisha is femininity, Orisha is all that has to do with divine feminine power, right? Obatala is the sculptor of the body, is the creator of our minds, is the God of white cloud, the God of peace, the God of tranquility, the God of humility, the God of balance. These two Orishas are governing because we need these two energies to allow us to recalibrate, to rethink, to reevaluate ourselves, and also give people their power back. Give people their power back, because we cannot continue living in a society and in a world where it's all about control. You give me, I'll give you this. You don't give me, I can't give you this. You belong in that corner, you belong in that corner. Listen, when Olofin, which means God, created us, it created us with the ability to have possession of everything, because all this that people try to charge, that people try to do, is free. It's free.
Yes.
And therefore, I believe many people can call me crazy if they want. And if people want to unfollow me, so be it. I don't care. But let me tell you,
I don't care.
This is happening precisely because we haven't allowed people to truly step into their power. This is happening precisely because people have not known how to claim their power. Number two. Number three, this is happening because there needs to be a break. There needs to be a break where true essence flows. Where true essence, that's what Oshun is. What is Oshun? She's also the goddess of the river. The only body of energy, the only body of nature that always flows forward and never backwards is the river. So this is current going forward. This is a matter of bringing about flexibility, bringing about a continuous, energetic flow that is non-stoppable. Okay, this is about acknowledging that everything must flow ahead, and that we have to stop all this control, power, money, hungry bullshit. That's why the stock market is going to go down. That's why it's going to hit a crash. That's why there's going to be a recession. That's why there's going to be people dying. Because it's just the universe is tired. The universe is tired, literally tired.
Yeah, and the thing is that a lot of people may see this as a difficult time, but they don't understand that this is actually a blessing for humanity, for the resurrection and insurgence. that needs to happen so that we're able to move out of that old place of, profit and gain and bigger, faster, better, and like creating without consciousness, and not operating in the context of divine feminine awareness, masculine responsibility to build and create through the feminine awareness and through the consummation of these two energies as one synergized energy form, instead of seeing it as separate and different to how we build and how we create on the planet Earth. So we are at such a pivotal moment in our evolution for this complete retraction, so that we can get into subtraction and get rid of all this stuff that's been literally, I'm so excited that they shut down the baseball, they shut down the amusement, they shut down all the things that people like to keep their mind busy so they don't have to focus on spirit. I'm glad that they can't go out and do all those things. I'm glad that Hollywood can't make any movies right now, because all of this has to come down so that we can be with spirit. We need to sit with spirit right now. Not think about who's this and who's that, because that old power play is no longer present in where we're heading on the planet. And I wrote about this in my book, Spirit Hacking. And I said to people, the blackout, people thought I was crazy when I said the blackout. I said, the blackout is a pivotal moment when society and people go on the planet go way off. And we need to shake it up to wake it up to get us back into that alignment of what's important in life. Life, people, nature, food, the planet, animals, and the people and the love. That's what's important. Now I tell people, you would have never thought your toilet paper was that important. And now people are going, oh my God, I have no more toilet paper. I have no more toilet paper, and I'm a millionaire and I don't have any toilet paper. Well, you know what?
You're a millionaire and you don't have the vaccine for your virus, And let me tell you, this is only the beginning.
Oh, I know.
This is only the beginning. People are shitting in their pants because of this coronavirus, as they should. But this is only the beginning. Why I say it's the beginning? Because this is what I believe to be phase one of this new decade.
Phase one. Exactly.
Of this new decade. This is phase one of what's to come. But if we are able to get it together, the universe will look and be like, okay, I can see you all really coming together and starting to realign yourself the way it is. We're going to hold level 2 back. We're going to hold.
Yeah, we're not going to have the tsunamis and the continents falling to the sea and all the things that I told people that's going to happen. We're not going to have that. We're going to hold it back and give you a little bit more time to pull the systems that are supporting humanity, animals, and nature into alignment, so that way the degree of intelligence goes up and not down.
Exactly. So because and I say we, not because you're doing it, not because I'm doing it. I know I'm not. I believe you're not either. But billions of people around the world are not honoring, are not rendering reverence, are not respecting nature. And because we're not respecting nature, this is why we're living through this right now. We're not respecting nature. We have not respected what's so readily available, what's so readily there. So we take it for granted. Those things that we take for granted, we don't respect, we don't honor because it's there. And we don't know how much we need it until it's taken away. So
that's right.
A lot of things have been taken away. And what is the first thing that will cripple any country, any human being, regardless of how many billions of dollars you have? Health. Health is the one thing that no money can buy. Okay, so therefore, this is level 1. This is phase 1. Okay, of the 3 different phases that's going to come. Okay, after this one, there's 3 other phases that are going to come, and it's going to be massive if we don't all get our shit together. If people are not speaking their truth, and this, and I'm speaking rambling because it's so many different things. We don't even have enough time to really get into it.
Not even enough time.
So many different things, because when I say recalibrating, this also goes to family structures. This also goes to how controlling people are in their families, how controlling they are with their kids, how controlling they are with their significant other, how controlling they are with humans, how controlling they are with their animals, how controlling they are with everything. And the divine and God and spirit are not happening anymore.
Not happening
anymore. They're not. They're just not. They're just not. And this is about reclaiming your voice as well. This is about giving you an opportunity to speak up. This is about this is about breaking generational curses. This is about, rendering respect, to the ancestors, so that they can heal. The reason why we go through the shit that we go through is because even though it's been hundreds and hundreds of years, ancestors, they're not appeased, and they're not at peace.
Not at all. Not at all. People don't even talk to their ancestors. They don't even have a relationship with their ancestors.
No.
They forgot about them. They're like, oh, they're dead. Bye. Done.
And therefore people are lighting candles when they only are in need. People want healings when they only are in need. People want a reading when their boyfriend just went out and cheated on them. No. And Spirit is saying, listen, we're not your puppets anymore. We refuse to continue being your puppets. We were working with you humans, trying to, help you so that you can start validating the importance that we are. But seeing that humans, we don't validate the true nature of spirituality, Spirit is saying, you know what, fuck it. You know what? This is what's coming. We're stepping away for a minute, and letting all these little things that are happening now take control so that people can really know that all the power that you think you have, it's not really yours. It's always been nature's. It's always been the divine's.
Always.
It's not yours.
It's borrowed. It's borrowed.
Not yours. It's not yours. This is a vehicle that we're using. This body is a vehicle that we're using. But this essence that drives this vehicle, this essence that drives this vehicle is the one that we have to honor, and we don't. And we do not. So therefore, all this catastrophe has to occur. And this is level 1. This is phase 1. This is phase 1 of all the crap that's going to happen.
I know.
Places that have never seen tsunamis will see tsunamis, and I can actually
earthquakes and places that earthquakes have never been will show up. Yep. The ancestors gave me the whole, it's so funny. The ancestors gave me everything that was going to happen. And when I came back from in this body and when I wrote the book, I was going to put it all in the book. And my publisher was like, no. So I said, okay, I'll just talk about the blackout. But literally, we know each and every single one of the things that have been told to us shamans of what's coming. And all I've been wanting to do every day is wake up and prepare people to get themselves in the right spiritual alignment of love and reverency and really see themselves.
That's the key word right there. That's the key word right there. Love. That's the key word right there. It's overrated, it's understated, and not valued enough. Not valued enough. People do not understand yet the power of love. And love with convenience is not love. And that's how people have been living. They've been living in a convenient love, scale that's not cutting it anymore. So therefore, Spirit, the universe, God, the creator is trying to teach us the hard way with suffering and pain and tears, the true value of love, because we have failed, to show the universe that we know what love is and practice love and be about love, right? And that's why, there's so much hate in the world that's why the hate that has thrown the balance off, and the creator's been, there's more hate than love down there. Wait a minute, no, we just have to go there and fix this. There's more hate than love.
Yep, I call it the great refinement.
Exactly.
The great refinement. I love you so much. I have to go do some meditation. I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna have my friend copy and post it to Apple TV. So we're gonna get it put it up. But we need to continue more talks. I love you so much. Yes. Please follow my brother. We've been in my life for a long time. He's been on the podcast. You can listen to some of the old podcasts where he's been on. But I love you so much. That, and my family loves you. And thank you for always being there for my family. And you're an amazing.
Likewise. We'll be seeing each other soon. Okay. Awesomeness. Yeah. I love you all.
I love you. Everyone, I love you. Mwah.